Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your number one show, the Fantastics Podcast. My name is Renz, and as always, this is the man and the show that is making sense. If you have not followed us on social media, please take a moment to like, click the subscribe button, share our content, and leave a comment. We want to hear your thoughts. As usual, I'm not in the studio alone, never to be caught singleton, never to be caught on fresh, and never to be caught without flows. Sabubu El is with me, the man who's feeling on top of the world at the moment, if you know what I mean. Welcome to the show, to my brother.
Our dear fans, I greet you all. The weekend had matches that records were set, right?
Yeah.
And for the first time in a long time in the Premiership on a Sunday, every team won by 2-1.
It was a correct score, a perfect score of correct scores. So for those of you, I actually saw somebody on X that predicted 3 games with that 2-1 score. So some of the investors must be smiling to the bank right now. It was a very wonderful weekend and a lot of talking points. If you stick with us, we are going to take you through most of them. But first off, our lineup for the show, just a brief touchlight on the Champions League draw that was held last week.
Yeah,
Some very juicy fixtures.
The Champions League draws were made last week, and some matches will be like more of revenge mission, and we hope those that want to revenge,
they're not going to avenge them.
They will not avenge them at the end of the day. It's the star match of that round of 16 is PSG taking on Chelsea.
Is that more? I think. Well, let's say they are twins. So we'll also look at Real Madrid and Man City.
It's more like a grudge match in the sense that Chelsea were the first team to deflate the balloon.
I would prefer expose. The balloon is still swelling, but
in America, and Enrique didn't take that defeat lightly. It pained him to his bone marrow.
He was busy saying that who do you want to face in the round of 16? Chelsea. Almost all the PSG players.
Let's see what happens at Stamford Bridge and Park the Prince. Then it's now becoming a recurring match. The Kings of Spain and the Prince of Manchester.
At least for the past few seasons, the
those
dominant
two
force
teams
of English
have been
football.
meeting each other, and the scorelines have been crazy. Trust me, it is not a low-scoring match, and we are up for fireworks.
Yeah, that's I think both teams are in a position where they are not really the big dog anymore in their league, right? I won't say Madrid are no longer a big dog, but right now Barcelona are more on the ascendancy. So it's going to be a match that gives both teams an opportunity to make a statement and to make inroads, because it's possible they might not be the title-winning team.
The match that has a lot of Nigerian interest is Liverpool versus Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, yeah.
And if you remember, when the Champions League started in this Swiss format this season, Gala beat Liverpool when Liverpool were trying to get themselves.
Blend themselves.
Let me use that
their
English.
New signing.
So now it will be home and away. So let's see how both can cope.
Yeah.
Arsenal, people say they have the easiest of draws. But you know one thing about football, 1-2 weeks can change a lot in football.
That's true.
It is Bayern Leverkusen versus Arsenal. On paper, it's a match Arsenal should win comfortably.
Yeah.
But we have seen things
go wrong.
Then Newcastle, who was
Newcastle will be facing Barcelona. That's another repeat fixture. So
from last season.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting matchup.
Okay.
But like you were saying about the draws, just a rundown of the rest of the matches. Bodo Glimt will face Sporting Lisbon. Atletico Madrid will face Tottenham Hotspur, and then Bayern Munich will square off with Atalanta. Now, talking about the pathways, I just want to, it's speculative, but looking at this draw, this looks like one of the best opportunities for Arsenal to take another crack at the biggest title on the continent. A lot has been said banter-wise about Arsenal not having any European honours. Sabu, would you think with this draw, do you think the draw is a perfect opportunity? Do you think Arsenal will get a better or more favourable draw? The draw is not your fault. The draw is not orchestrated by you. But when you get a favourable draw, you make the best of it. Do you think this is the best opportunity Arsenal will get to propel themselves to the finals.
The only thing I say about football is you face whosoever is in
It's
front,
in front of you.
And we saw what Bodo Glimt did to Atletico Madrid in Madrid. You saw what they did to Manchester City in Norway. I saw what they did to Inter Milan home and away. Now they are playing Sporting. And I can give them a chance in that match, trust me.
I would back them too.
By the time the Champions League starts, I think Norwegian season might have started by then. So they might not be as fresh as the way they are now. They are very fresh, very fit. They run, they're well drilled. It's a well drilled team. Let's forget about the part where they say it's easy. You have to take every match as it comes. Both of us said it that if Arsenal had an attacker or if Havertz was fit last season, PSG wouldn't have had that match the way it was.
Yeah, true.
You understand? And they played some of the best teams last season to get to that to where they are. Teams that have won the Champions League have won it on grit, on moments in matches. I always use Chelsea's first triumph. We saw what happened in Napoli, that first leg, that they were trashed 3-1.
Decimated.
And they changed manager, the players came together and said, you know what, let's do it for. And you know the teams they beat to get to that final.
Yeah.
That match against Barcelona was more of a payback to what Barca had done to them via referees, which we all know. Let's not lie about it.
Via
it's true. So, see, Champions League, a knockout football is, there's more of luck.
Face me and face you.
There's more of luck than the actual play. Because one sequence of football can just change the trajectory of that match almost immediately. I hope they can do it. The other part of the group draw is another blockbuster.
Yeah.
They just put everybody that's won it on
so
that.
Quickly, let's just take a sneak peek at what the quarterfinals might look like after the round of 16. Arsenal, if they progress, might face Bodo Glimt or Sporting. You definitely back them to progress from that fixture. They could find themselves in the semi-final, and they'll only have to face one of Newcastle, Barcelona,
Arsenal has
Atletico.
It's the same luck Bayern Munich has. They will play all their return legs at home because by virtue of finishing first and second.
Yeah.
So it helps them to recalibrate on every round.
Well, Bayern will have to go through either Man City or Real Madrid. So it's a beautiful thing because before Arsenal would meet a bona fide European giant, it will be in the semi-final. Because once they progress, you're looking at Sporting or Bodo Glimt. And Barcelona, Atletico will knock out themselves somehow, or Newcastle, Tottenham. So, like I said...
Ironically, they've played about 3 of the top teams this season in the Champions League.
So you get. So that's what I'm saying.
It's not going to be like a new thing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like until the semi-final, they might not get out of second gear. So it's a good opportunity for them. But let's not dwell too much on that.
Let's get to the Premiership and what happened over the weekend. Now, there were goals in the Premiership this weekend. A lot of goals. So investors, people were smiling to the bank. Because a lot of over 2.5, a lot of go. You understand? And
yeah.
Aston Villa, the way they are going, they might not qualify for the Champions League.
Like I said in our last episode, I'm not worried about Aston Villa. They will get their chance, and with their run of fixtures, they might just edge it if they start recovering. The team we should be worried about is a team that went and got themselves.
We're going to talk about the Arsenal-Chelsea match.
Yeah.
Let's, in 30 seconds, let's just run it. Is it confirmed that there's fear of relegation for Spurs right now?
Without a doubt. They are about...
they are 4 points off the relegation.
4 points. Their nearest challengers, they are 2 points away from... the next team that is following them, they are just 2 points ahead of them, which is a very dangerous, precarious place to be. 4
points from the drop.
From the drop. But I'm just showing you that the place they are in, which is they are about 2 places from the relegation zone, they are just 2 points away from their nearest pursuers. And it's possible that they find themselves there.
Today, before we go into the studio,
yeah,
from feelers I'm hearing, they want to take out Tudor almost immediately again.
That's the problem. The problem is they don't even know what the problem is.
Good.
So you sack coach, one sack coach. What are you really hoping to achieve? If you didn't get it right, then you have to look inwards. You have to look at your personnel and look at your team. So I guess that's their own blundering, that they have going here and there might be what finally pushes them over
as
the
they
edge.
escaped it last season, they might not escape it this season.
They might not.
Then,
And it might be the biggest, the most ceremonious relegation.
Then Man City did to Leeds what Liverpool did to Nottingham Forest last week. When you're playing the big teams, if you have your moment, score. Because one thing about these big teams is that they are trained to soak up pressure, irrespective of the teams that they are playing against. And once they hit you, just because they have scored you, you are going to come out and play. And that's the tendency for them to hit you continuously. Leeds got it wrong that day. I was expecting them to win, funny enough.
There was not a chance. There was not a chance. Why? Like I said, this is the business end of the season. Arsenal also they took care of their business, and that's what you expect. The games are going to be tough. Did Chelsea put up a fight? Yes. Did Arsenal win? Yes. Those are the important things. The rest are just metadata, story in between.
So now, Arsenal-Chelsea, 3 corner kicks, 3 goals by Arsenal. A stupid red card that did not make sense to anybody.
Sabubu said 3 corner kicks, 3 goals by Arsenal. So Arsenal scored 3 goals in the match. They just borrowed Chelsea 1.
And I watched the match and I asked myself, this was the same problem Arteta had when he took over Arsenal. This red card that keeps piling up.
Indiscipline, yeah.
And it destabilizes a coach's planning and his momentum.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a player for 3 weeks, but that player is training with you.
Yeah.
It's more like a training material because he has no business on match days.
That's really crazy. I just want us to look at a few statistics to see how ludicrous Chelsea's discipline problem is. Chelsea have picked up 9 red cards this season. 7 of them are in the Premier League. They have equaled a single campaign record for red cards in the Premier League, and there are still about 9 games to play.
They will still collect like 6 before the season finishes.
Caicedo has collected 9 yellow cards. Enzo Fernandez, that means they are looking at double suspension before the season runs out for accumulated yellow cards. That's really crazy. And that their indiscipline is going to cost them seriously this season. It's going to cost them. There is no question about it. If they continue picking up cards in this manner, games that they would have had a chance, they'll be shooting themselves in the foot. And that's food for thought. Rosinho has to really do something about it.
What you have said now will play a very big part when they play PSG in that Champions League. Because PSG players will make Chelsea players commit
fouls. Yes, that's another thing they could target. They are very good with the ball. They are very good 1v1. If they commit you and you commit, you will be committed to the tunnel. Sharp one for them. So it's something they should think about. But Sabubu, you mentioned set pieces, 3 set pieces goals. Arsenal has been called Set-Peice FC. I want to get your thoughts on that. Is it that it's something negative, or Arsenal should own the narrative and be proud of being called Set-Peice FC?
How many set pieces has Liverpool played this season?
Well, for one, I don't know about Liverpool. Let me
show you. They've scored more set pieces than Arsenal this season.
I don't think so.
Same thing with United.
The statistics say that Arsenal have scored, like from dead balls in Europe, they have scored 17 goals from dead balls, excluding penalties. In the Premier League, they have scored, they have 30% goal output, like 30% of their goals have been from set pieces. 44 seconds per.
I want to ask you a question.
Per set piece. Wait, now let me finish.
No, I know where you're going to.
Don't worry. You don't know where I'm going to.
I want to ask you one question.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it not part of football again?
No. Wait now. It's me that is asking you now. You're asking me. Now, this is the 9th time in the Premier League Arsenal has scored a match-winning goal from a set piece. 9 times this season, they have gone up 1-0 from set piece. 16 goals from corners. They have matched their own record that they set in 22-24, and it's still 9 games to go. And only 2 teams in the Premier League so far have reached double figures from corners. And those 2 teams, they still have half of Arsenal's tally. Senior man, my question was and is, should Arsenal own it? I didn't say it's not part of the game. A lot of people use it as a stick to beat Arsenal.
Yeah.
Is it something that they should own and be proud of? Yes, we are Set-Peice FC. It's part of football. We are getting our points.
It depends on how people look at it. Football, you have to score goals apart from using your hands to score.
Even hand of God was counted.
Yeah, and till today, an average Englishman hates an Argentine for that. What was the scoreline between France and Brazil in France 98 final?
France 98 final. Help me.
3-0.
3-0.
2 of the goals came from where?
From the punk.
Corner kick. It's part of football.
I didn't say it's
I'll
not
tell you why it's part of football.
I didn't say it's not part of football.
If
Funny enough, you are still avoiding my question.
No. See, you can't call them corner kick kings. Everybody can score from corner. It now depends on who can play that corner and score.
Now,
ironically, that's the truth. Because if you're playing a team that's like to do low block, remember, a low block team that you are trying to hit, that team is trying to defend. So when you're playing a low block, you tend to have more corners. Because the keepers will be trying to save the ball, or defenders will be kicking the ball out.
Funny enough.
It's not, they're not going to matches and say they want to be scoring from corners.
Shabubu, don't worry, I'm not asking you again. Those of you that are watching this podcast, I want to ask you, let me hear your opinion, because Shabubu does not seem to get me. I'm not saying Arsenal are a bad team or they are relying too much on set pieces. Mikel Arteta identified a position where Arsenal were formerly or previously weak in, which was dead balls. They were not physical enough, they were not attacking the balls enough, and they fixed it. They have beautiful set piece routines. They have somebody that delivers the ball wickedly in Declan Rice, and they are doing very well. My own question is, those of you that are yabbing Arsenal, calling them Set-Peice FC, did anybody stop your own club from scoring set piece? Yesterday.
And wait, another thing I'm going to add that will shock you is Arsenal had just 3 penalties this season awarded to Arsenal. Gyökeres scored 2 and Saka scored 1.
Yeah.
And Arsenal has not considered a penalty this season.
That's on the side, though. Food for you to think about. But like I said, what is stopping you from acting like Chelsea yesterday? Surprising enough, Chelsea, they almost matched Arsenal at their own set-piece game yesterday. And it's something. So, all those people that are saying Arsenal are Set-Peice FC, when they win the league, nobody's going to care how they did it. If you like, don't go and sort out your own set-piece problem. When we come back from this short break, we are going to be looking not just at 1 or 2 other things that happened last week. We'll be looking ahead. Don't go anywhere.
The Premiership has gone to the business end, and the FA Cup has gone to a point where they want to separate the boys from the men.
Sharp.
Now, I want to ask you a question. Would Wolves do what they did to Aston Villa to Liverpool on Tuesday night?
I think Liverpool, they would have figured out that the league is out of reach. The Champions League, well, depending on how the injuries to some of their key men pan out before the business end, they might not be able to mount a challenge. You will need a cup to lift the spirits, and the FA Cup is a very perfect opportunity. So I expect to see a strong lineup. They should get over the line.
But from your own assessment, Wolves are becoming a very dangerous team. I think they are gelling at the right time.
They have nothing to lose, so they are playing with careless abandon. But that does not mean that
they will not be relegated.
They'll be relegated and they will be well flogged. Okay,
so the Copa del Rey return leg. First leg ended Atletico Madrid 4, Barcelona 0. The return leg at Nou Camp. Do you think Barca can score 4 goals?
I think Barca can score 4 goals. But I also think Atletico Madrid will score some goals. So that is where the problem lies. How do they balance, attacking, getting enough goals to offset the deficit that they have brought from the Metropolitano, and not conceding themselves. That's the headache for Hansi Flick. Me, I'll just be there to spectate.
So what about Como Inter Milan, Coppa Italia semi-final first leg? in Como?
That's another beautiful fixture. I mean, we will all love a fairy tale where Cesc Fabregas ends the season with a trophy, and this is a perfect opportunity for him. Knockout football is make we face ourselves.
But you
blow
know
for
that
blow.
you know that.
I think they can do it.
But Como will have to play perfect football in the 2 legs.
They can. Like I said, it's a knockout tie. So if they get a draw at the San Siro and go back to Sinigaglia and
No, first leg is in Como.
Oh, it's in Como. So if they can get a slender lead from the lakeside and then they go to the capital, they can.
I like that word, lakeside.
They can do. They
So
can do something.
on Wednesday, Aston Villa will take on Chelsea.
I think this is a perfect opportunity for Chelsea to get back on the winning train.
Mm-hmm.
But concentration is going to be key. Both teams are likely going to score. By the
Same
way,
here.
kudos to Rosinho. The centre-back pairing, he might have mistakenly stumbled on something genius. Mamadou Sarr looked very solid in his Premier League debut. So, defense is looking good. So, both teams to score. But Chelsea, I'll back them to get a win.
Brighton, Arsenal.
Brighton, Arsenal. I expect Arsenal to keep on winning games right now. And I know Man City will also be playing same day. So, it's aura for aura.
Okay.
I expect them to also pick up
That's
3
City,
points.
City was Forest.
Yes,
A City
I
win.
expect a City win.
Now,
too.
what about Newcastle, Manchester United? Because Newcastle have been awful lately.
Yeah, at St. James's Park, right?
And look at what they did against Everton. You came back in the game and you considered almost immediately.
It's funny enough. We don't give credit enough to some of these other teams. Everton are also doing a very low-key good job.
Mm-hmm.
But I expect both teams to score, and I expect Manchester United to pick up 3 points.
Okay, so see that Atletico Bilbao, the second semi-final. So see that won the first leg away, so they're playing at home. Do you fancy them finishing the job?
They should be able to finish the job. They should. A slender win or a draw will do. And
Then
it's not
the
beyond
second
them.
semi-final of Coppa Italia is Lazio Atlanta.
Atlanta are looking dangerous at just the right time. I would back them to get a win. Now, well, can they qualify? Well, I think they can. I think they will.
Spurs will take on Crystal Palace on Thursday. What are you expecting from Spurs that day?
Spurs will likely lose that game.
Oh my God.
They will likely lose that game. Crystal Palace are looking like a tough nut to crack. They are a tough nut to crack, and they look like they are recovering from their slump. So I don't see Tottenham getting results in that match. I'm sorry you got 2-0. You might be shown the door after that one.
Madrid will start the weekend fixtures in Spain on Friday night against Celta. They are playing today. They have a fixture today.
Yeah.
So they are playing again on Friday night. Do you see them beating Celta Vigo? Because as it is, Barcelona is just their legs are on the pedal.
They are not letting off.
Yes.
That match is looking like a draw fixture to me, but let me not go and be running my mouth. But I kind of see that match as a draw. Although Madrid are looking a little more balanced without Mbappe in the picture due to his injury. He might be back, he might not be. But depending on how they line up, I don't know. They are a very funny team. They are an enigma. Some days they are better. So I don't know. But it's a win or draw for Madrid for me.
Then over the weekend, we saw the Classic in Germany, Bayern Munich versus Dortmund.
The
As you said,
yeah.
They cracked the yellow wall.
Yes.
And they are now, it's as good as they're going to be champions. The point gap is over 9 or 10 points.
There's
no
question.
They are playing Mönchengladbach on a Friday night.
Mönchengladbach, they will match them and move on. It is what it is in Germany. We all know what's going to go down there.
Yeah, you know, the problem with the German Bundesliga is any team that wants to beat Bayern Munich should start the race from the beginning.
Yeah.
Bayern is not a team that lets go. Once they smell blood, it's as good as gone. You understand? Now, we have a tough FA Cup match on Saturday. Newcastle Man City.
That's going to be a crazy one.
At St. James Park.
That's going to be a crazy one. But I'll still back Man City to get the result. Yeah, I back Man City to get the result.
You sure?
I want to go out on a limb and say something just for the record. Man City are the thing. Let me use the thing standing in between Arsenal and dominance this season. From the Carabao to the FA to the league, and maybe even the Champions League, because they are on the other side of the draw. They are the team that might stand between Arsenal
and immortality.
Let me put it that way.
I listened to Patrick Vieira, I listened to Yaya Toure today after the match yesterday, and they kept saying something. They said anything that makes Arsenal win this Premiership, they'll win it for a long time. That is not even Arsenal players, other former players. They said because the way the team has been built, once they can cross that line mentally,
yeah.
They said other things will find it difficult to catch up because they will keep buying. They know how to buy.
They are buying well. So I don't know about a dynasty. By that you are saying that they'll build title winning teams because the league is so competitive.
Yes, and
Liverpool are still solid, and depending on if Pep stays or goes. So that I don't know about. But like I said, Man City, Arsenal on one side. Whoever takes the day, especially in some of these cups and in the league and maybe in the Champions League, one or the other, one person is stopping the other person from doing.
Let's talk about two matches that are we might not look at them to be significant, but if we don't take time, it might cause upset. I don't know why. Mansfield will take on Arsenal. I have my reasons why I said so.
Yeah.
Then giant killers, and they call them
Wrexham
versus Chelsea.
No, that one is not going to be a problem. I think we missed two fixtures: PSG versus Monaco in League One on Friday, and I think there's a Milan derby somewhere in there, if I'm not mistaken, this weekend. But those are some games to watch out for.
Yes, the Milan derby is on Sunday.
It's on Sunday, yeah.
Milan versus Inter at the San Siro.
These are fixtures that you watch out for, and of course, continue to watch out for us. It's a good thing that you are stuck with us in the show till now. Please continue to like, share, subscribe to our content, and let's continue to make you or to continue to entertain you and make you informed about everything football that is happening around the globe. Thank you very much once again for tuning in.
And please invest well and invest wisely, because this is the point where that let me put. Make up money inside.
Sabubu, for this Nigeria now, they tell person that one twice. They tell person that one twice. If you like, no invest wisely. Cut first. If they like, me they no invest wisely.
See you next week. Bye.